All right, Indra. As Abraham said, yes, I've got 9+ years of experience. Total lot of technologies. I've worked on lot more technologies than people would ever do in a career. 23 and counting now, and of which I've done a lot of scripting, development, programming, database, business intelligence, reporting, visualization, and more recently, a lot of data science. Of which Spotfire comes under the data warehousing and business intelligence perspective, where in one line it would be making sense of data.
Mm-hmm.
Spotfire, okay. You have maybe business data which talks about transactions, could be revenue, could be sales in a store, could be clinical trial data in pharma, or could be oil and gas, the drilling information, or the exploration details. So when data runs into millions of records, it's something which cannot be handled within Excel. Excel has only 1 million record limit. Just like that's a max that Excel can handle. And then we want to make,
Okay.
even, forget 1 million, even with some maybe 10,000 records, it will be very difficult for you to, or anybody to make sense of that data without some special tools. Like we have, the Excel replaced a lot of calculators and those kind of instruments, pen and paper calculator to do all those calculations. Biggest part was whenever you change some value in the Excel, everything got recalculated because you used functions, whereas calculator, that doesn't work. So are you
Mm-hmm.
getting that analogy there?
Yep.
Likewise, you have data in say Excel or database. You can easily pull up that information in the traditional reporting tools or traditional tools like maybe Excel or SSRS, or even SAP, BO, OBIE. Those are traditional reporting tools which companies are moving away from now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There are lots of
Okay.
reasons behind that. We'll get to those things during the training. But the one line answer for that is those are old school solutions for old school problems. They don't solve today's problems. We have a
Yeah.
lot of data. In fact, every day we'll have a new set of data coming in terms of business. Every day will be like new set of data, and of course that was there in the olden days too. But when I say olden days, I mean like 10 years back. Okay, 10 years is a huge time gap for technological changes, and a lot of revolutions that has happened in the technology space, and those kind of problems which used to be solved using old school technologies cannot be solved now with the same tools. So,
Mm-hmm.
let's look at some data which I'm talking about. This is just like running into maybe like thousands of records, maybe yeah, 1,000, 9,000, 10,000. That's it. Okay. Even that has. Sorry, got a little cough. Uh, this is a sample data that comes with another tool named Tableau. I just use this because it's a very popular data set. A lot of people identify this data set and it's very easy for them to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is a hypothetical sales information for a superstore. Okay, uh,
Okay.
you can call that online sales, something like Amazon. All right, and what business wants is they want to know which segment of customers has brought in more sales, which region is bringing in more sales. Let's imagine this superstore has chains everywhere in the northern part, south, central, east regions, and which region has brought in a lot more sales, which customer segment, which product category, which product subcategory. I guess you get the drill there. Okay.
Okay.
So trying to get this information, slicing and dicing through the data, and then trying to find out which uh, subcategory, or we call them dimensions, basically this textual information, which dimensionality is bringing in a lot more sales, where are we making money, where are we losing money, those kind.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, kind of cool here and got some cough. All right, so, or which product is bringing more sales, where are we getting more margins, see that, or under which, in which time span did we have like more sales, or was there a peak in sales, was there a drop in sales, and if so, will the data explain why? These kind of information was available a long time back too, but the business people did not use this data to drive the business. Let me say that again. business people or the stakeholders, that we are referring to, the people who drive the business, used to take decisions based on gut feel. Now they want to
Mm-hmm.
open a store in a new area. They did not do any big analysis or data analysis. They just went by gut feel or going by, say like, okay, what a friend said or some consultant said. Okay, this area has this much population, so they might want to buy groceries. So let's open a store there. That was how they used to do business. But now, starting business and then let's give some offer for clothes on Mondays, or just it's kind of like pulling out uh, these kind of decisions from thin air. That worked long time back, but these days everybody is leveraging data, not just outside data but the internal data too. Meaning, I run a shop here, then I'll try to see which days bring me more sales, which are the suppliers who are giving me more margin, or which time frame during the day brings in more profit. Okay, maybe I can scale down the number of store guys. Maybe like between the 2 and 5, because my rush hour is from 5 to 9. So I'll get some temporary help during that time. So these kind of decisions are taken now based on their data, their transaction data. They look at their volume of data, and that could run into millions of records. Even a local mom and pop shop, which gets around like say 100 to 200 customers a day. Each supposing that each customer buys around like say 5 or 6 items, which will be stored as 5 or 6 line items in the database. Okay, it will easily run into like 1 million record in like a year and a half, maybe sometimes less than that. And when you analyze the trends and patterns in data, you will have to look at the last 5 years data, or 6 years, or 10 years data to see some definite trend there. And they would be trying to analyze or monitor this data on real time. So they need tools appropriate for that. That is where these kind of tools like Spotfire or the other tools like Tableau or TIBCO comes into picture. And Spotfire is one of the leading tools in the market. What it does is, you get the data into Spotfire. Spotfire it looks like this, and load the data. Could be from Excel, could be from CSV, could be from database, could be from Salesforce, could be from any data source that you have, or Hadoop, anything. And then you start creating visualizations, the bar charts, line charts, okay, scatter plots. Now there's a reason why we create these bar charts or lines. We call these visualizations. Reason being, it is much easier to make sense of these visualizations or make sense of data using these visualizations rather than looking at data in this form. Right? Looking at this, will you be able to say which ship mode gives us most profit? Will you be able to say that? Which ship mode, whether it is express air or regular air or delivery truck, which one is giving us more profit in the time frame, say in the last 6 months and in the central region?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's where the key is. So that's what all the businesses want to do. They want to take these decisions based on data, and they want it in real time. Meaning the data, say for let's say Target uh, or Best Buy, by the end of the day, they once they have closed the book, probably let's say by 9 or 10. I'm talking about the physical store or this online store, we are running 24/7. But even then, like every 6 hours or 4 hours, they'll be syncing their data warehouse, which will be the storehouse of like all the transactional data kept in one place, and then they'll be running these kind of visualizations against that data. And that data will be getting refreshed every hour or 2 hours or 4 hours, depending on the business. They would set this time frame.
Okay.
Okay, so then you look at these visualizations to make sense of data. Not you, the business stakeholders. So the developer, the Spotfire developer, his sole role is to create these visualizations in the Spotfire and then publish it to the Spotfire server, which could then be accessible from anywhere using any device which has a browser. Because Spotfire server is essentially a web server. And
Okay.
unlike the old school reports, which were PDF reports, these are drillable reports. I mean, they are interactive. You can click, you can click filter, everything real time. Let's say you have the region and you see a bar chart there, a horizontal bar chart, and it says central region has the highest sale. So you click on central, then you see the product wise listing or category wise listing on the right side or the bottom, and then you click on category, then you get the details there on the right side which subcategory is bringing in. So kind of like it's like some assistant answering all the questions. You ask, okay, which category is bringing more sales? Somebody gives you the answer furniture. Under furniture, which one is bringing more sales? And then you say tables. But are we making money on tables? No. Let me show you real quick how to do that. So first step, you import data into Spotfire. You click on File, you click on Add Data Table. I don't know, for some reason my machine is a little slow today. Then you browse
That's
to
okay.
you browse the Excel file. Okay. Now this could be a database as well. Database has got like a couple more steps that you have to do, and then you have to load the data there in the database. Okay. You can do that later. Let's get the data now. Everything else is the same. Everything that's different. That's where you're getting the data from. Sorry for the background noise. I got three toddlers.
That's all right.
Three toddlers here.
Understand, kids.
Got three of them. So it's like twice the noise. Hey Maria, vachundagale. Saya vachundagale. So basically, Spotfire is an in-memory tool, meaning you connect Spotfire to any data source. It tries to pull all data into memory. So that's why it's taking a little time there. If you look at some old school reporting tools, most of them are connected. I mean, this kind of step does not happen there. But here in Spotfire, you unplug the network cable, nothing happens. You still have data in the tool. Okay. So now we have the data there. Okay, and then you get some pop-ups. Okay, some reason it's closed. It's okay. It'll come up. I'm using Spotfire version 7.0. This is the new feature in Spotfire 7.0. Let's keep that. Let's cut to the JSON. Meet there, and this is your data there. Let me know when you're able to see this. It's a table. Okay, same like here. But here you have this filter panel, and you can play around with the data, and you can filter data. So you want to see only low and medium, you can do that. So when you click on these filters, data will get filtered in real time. See, 3,770 records. That's what you're seeing right now. Out of the total 9,426. Let's reset the filters, and let's create a bar chart. On the bar. Okay. I like it to see horizontal. I'll tell you why. There's some reason I pick this horizontal bar chart rather than vertical. It looks much better. One. Okay. And then region. And then I pick some of sales here. Actually, you have an aggregation all the time because you're aggregating. You've got multiple records there for West, so we have to aggregate them. And let me sort it. And look at the bar chart, you see that central, okay, has the highest sales there. Okay.
Yeah.
Now what I want is I want to create a duplicate visualization. Now there's a better way of creating duplicate visualization. We'll see that later. So this is some quick and easy way of doing things. Here I have category. I pick category here, and some lag. I'm going to close this table. Category column. Yes. There you go. And you click on region there, you get the category there. So technology is the leading category under central, and furniture is the leading category under east. When I don't select any region, nothing shows up here. Okay, see this product category, I can change that configuration. let me change these things real quick to something that resembles real life scenario, so that things would look a lot better and easier. And I'm going to show these labels. Just going to quickly explain all these things, but let me just quickly configure this to resemble what would be uh, there in real time. These numbers are too big to be shown in full, so we format them into currency short number format, maybe one decimal place. That's the document level. The document level. I mean, like I see that this is too small. See, this 2.4, 2.4. Apparently, that's not right, because you're missing some decimal points there. So let's go back and show 2 decimal points. Right. Yeah. 2.39, 2.42 makes sense. $1 million. Okay. So, and here I'm going to do the same thing. All in here it's already formatted because we have done it at the global level. Maybe we can do that at the visualization level too. But okay. So we click on South. We get South data, category wise information. Okay. And let's say you want to see only critical data. Okay, now you're seeing only critical data. Now this applies to everything. Say you have the date column here, and I want to see data in the last 6 months. So this data we have only under 2013. So prior to that, if you want to see some 6 months, so that should say July 1st onwards, right?
Yeah.
So July 2013 July. Right, there you go. 2013 July 1st onwards. That's the data that you're seeing right now. And that too only critical or priority. So if you want to see all, now there's a problem with the data. That's why seeing critical 2 times. Ideally we should be seeing only the distinct values in column. This is because there's some space there. We can fix that. There are ways to do that very easy. Now, you see this pattern here. Now I click on this, and then I create a detailed visualization, another bar chart. Go. Make it horizontal. Yes, probably horizontal. And show here. And instead of product category, I show subcategory. And when I click on it, I get the detail there. So here. See that? That's how customer would be asking questions.
Okay.
Okay. So under central region, which category is selling more? Technology. Okay. Under technology, which subcategory is selling more? Telephones and communication. Under this, which product is selling more? You create another one.
Okay. Subchat. Yeah.
Yeah, subchat. I mean, whichever you want to call it. Some people call it sub report. Some people call it these terms. Report. We don't use them anymore. Those are old school. Okay. So this one here, instead we call them visualizations, and we call this, instead of report, we call it interactive dashboards, or just dashboards for short. And there's like plenty of products here. If you don't want to see all these products, you show them, show or hide, and then show top 10 or top 50. Let's say at least you want to see top 20. The idea is, this is so flexible, and it helps you answer these questions in a flash. This was not possible earlier. That's my point. Earlier, I've done this drill before. Say, before I worked on the Spotfire or TIBCO, I worked on all of that. So before that, I worked on this traditional reporting tools, and development time was into days, or sometimes a week or so, maybe 2 weeks, and we do all these things, and then you develop and deploy the report, and then the client would need something else to be changed in the report, some additional information to be added there, or new columns to be added. Then we'll go back into the development mode again, and we'll take another week or so, or minimum 4 or 5 days. And by that time, the opportunity would be lost for the client. Maybe they are looking to make some decisions in real time, but because of this long development cycle, that information is not useful for them anymore.
Okay.
These are the reasons that led to the development of tools like this. Here it is very fast. You generate this and then you deploy this, publish to the server. It's there. Any new data comes in, data will be automatically refreshed. So the job is done. And the user themselves can, if they want, you can make them send changes in the dashboard directly on the server. Few changes, not all of them. They still need the developer for massive changes, but smaller changes they can do there on their own. So, as Microsoft used to call it, business at the speed of thought. That's what these kind of tools.
Okay.
And then there are a lot more options too. We have just seen the bar chart. There are line charts, scatter plot. These are the charts that's available there. See this combination. We don't use this pi anymore. Pi is from old school. Nobody uses pi anymore. There are some reasons behind that. We call them data visualization best practices. We'll delve into those things in a training, but these are some of the charts that we use, and there are certain reasons why you use certain charts in certain scenarios. So we'll discuss those things, and then there will be some custom scripting. Now, I told you about this order priority thing. This was supposed to be fixed in the ETL part, in the data warehousing. Okay. Now we can fix that here in the dashboard by adding a new column that will fix the order priority problem. Like, let's use this text function and use this trim and use order priority. So I'm going to call this order priority trimmed. Click OK. Okay. So we don't need this old order priority in this filter anymore. Instead we organize, uncheck order priority. We have this new one. Show that up there. So we can use that. See, this is one critical now. Okay, so there are lots of things like that, and lots of expressions that you can write. Say for example, instead of these actual values, you want to see the percentage of values. Okay,
Okay.
right? You can do that. Right click here on sum of sales, and go to custom expression. Now this is a little tricky. A lot of people get confused over this. We'll go into that in depth. What this expression means, may not make sense at this point, but see that showed up in ratios, and now I format this visualization and show that as a percentage. Right, one decimal place, that will fine. Yes, see that of all the regions, Central is 32.6%. Business would like to see that information rather than the actuals. Actuals
Okay.
only when required. They like to see percentage. That gives you perspective. When I say Central region is $300 million, you say, okay. But when I tell you that Central region is 300, which is more than all the other regions combined, which is twice than the other regions combined, then you say, that gives me a little perspective there. So what is Central region doing which other regions are not doing? If you are a business person, that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Yep.
And we try and replicate that in the other regions as well, so that we make more profit. Because we are in this business to make money. Any
Yes.
business does not make money, it's a non-profit. I heard even non-profits make profits. But anyways, that's a different thing. Here, that's perspective. We will be solving those things too. And basically, we don't just learn this tool in the training. Instead, we solve problems. I have a set of questions which I normally ask people, and then basically, I should give this data and then ask these questions. Okay, how much is Central region out of the, what is furniture sales in Central region, which have been shipped by regular truck, delivery truck, as a percentage of total, or percentage of all the furniture that has been shipped to Central region. When somebody asks these questions, how do you answer those problems? How do you do that in Spotfire? So that will be, each one will be a different scenario. I have compiled a list of questions, and we learn this tool, we learn how to use this tool by solving these problems. In effect, most of the people whom I train are either fresh out of college or doing some experience and then looking for some jobs. So attending this training out there will not help. So solving these kind of problems will give that mind frame which will help you answer those questions which people ask you during interviews. Oh, Indra?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm listening.
All right. Okay. So that's about the tool. That's about there are lot more other topics. And if by any chance you did not get a copy of the syllabus, let me show you the syllabus sheet. Spotfire. By the way, are you working?
Yeah, I'm working. I'm
Okay.
working currently. I'm in TIBCO BW.
BW, oh yeah, I've trained a lot of people.
Yeah.
Retrain, I should say retrain people from, reskilled from BW to Spotify because they felt that they were at another job, mostly admin people. So
Oh,
they, yeah,
I'm in development now, but I'm just looking to
ah,
learn this software as well because
yeah, makes
which is
sense,
data analytics, right? So I want to
yeah,
learn software as well.
yeah. So these are the reporting fundamentals and best practices. I'll be sharing this book as well, information dashboard
Oh,
design.
thank you.
And and then comes down to the Spotlight architecture. For these things, we'll have to go. This is the desktop part, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the server. These two things are the same, depending upon which kind of installation you're doing. This is a standalone installation. The Spotlight Professional
Oh.
is what you install when you are in a company, in an enterprise. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is the architecture. I'll explain it. This architecture, what that means. Loading data from different sources, could be Excel, CSV, or just copy paste it or from database.
Good.
These are the ones that you'll be handling. But if you have connection to Salesforce, if you have a connector, if you've bought a connector, if your company provides, some people they are already working in things like that, or maybe they only have Hadoop connectors and if they only are connecting with their office computer, then we can discuss those things too, because I don't have any of them on my training laptop. So these are the things that we'll be discussing. This
Okay.
should be fine because it doesn't really matter where the data is coming in. What matters is what you do with it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we see all these component parts there. Filter panel properties, managing the data tables, column properties, media visualization, different visualizations out there. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Line chart. Don't use this one. This is pure ego. Don't use this. We'll be showing this anyway, but don't use that. Graphical table, some people call it the graphic lights, those
Mm-hmm.
things. Then the tree map, show hierarchical information, combination chart. You might have probably seen this bar and line in one chart. Okay, combination, scatter plot. This is a very special chart here. We use a lot of statistics inside this. Polynomial, linear regression, multilinear regression, really all those things. A little bit of statistics also is good. If you don't know statistics, that's okay. I'll be putting up one session on the statistics prime. Okay, where does the file
Mm-hmm.
go? Uh, mm, so we'll be going through those mean, median, mode concepts. Basic descriptive statistics which you need to know. So what is this
Oh.
quartile, average, standard deviation, those things.
Mm-hmm.
And then the map chart, of course, everybody wants to do this on the map chart now. Load geographic information. Spotlight does that beautifully. Look at that. Box plot. This is a pure statistical stuff where we show these kind of information. As I said, mean, median, mode, average, quartile, standard deviation. So, if you're not really familiar with those things, we'll look at that first before we discuss this one. Then the summary table, again the same information there. Mean, median, mode, average, but in a textual format. Heat map. It's the same thing as the loss table that you've seen, but instead of values, you show that in color.
Oh.
3D scatter plot. This shows the scatter plot in 3D. Not at all useful. I've not seen anybody using this except maybe some biologist. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
Okay.
this can be substituted for Candy Crush, and that's what I felt. Not really useful at all because it
So it basically covers all the fields, right? All the fields.
no three actually three axes, but it's
No, I
really
mean all these charts and everything in all the fields like science, geography.
yeah, you can think of it that way. All right, whichever way helps you, but whichever way helps in understanding. But some of these charts are not at all useful, and uh, and we recommend not to use them too, like pie charts or 3D scatter plots. It's very
Mm-hmm.
difficult, or it's actually confusing. I should say that. This parallel coordinate plot also called bound charts, and then we will discuss that too. These are the special case scenarios. And then there are a lot of properties there. We've seen some of them now: formatting, access selector,
Mm-hmm.
custom export. Oh, this is something which trips a lot of people. A lot of we'll be having a lot of discussion on this one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll discuss this until you comfortable writing custom expressions, okay, without him. Okay, and then marking, very important concept in Spotfire, with which we create this, master detail visualization. This one, what I did right now was crap, using right clicking and then showing the detail visualization, which really messes up the things there. But that is a quick and easy way of doing things. But in enterprise, we don't do it that way. We do that using marking, which we will go through step by step, which is a little confusing, but that's why I'm showing you that now. Then these some transformations which we can do at low time. We can call it ETL a little bit. Not technically ETL, but we can transform the data that you're getting into. You're pulling in, and then you can show that in pivoted or unpivoted format. Those kind of transformations. Then the text area. This is the magic box in Spotfire. You can do a lot of things there. You can write code, in Python code. That's optional, not at
Mm-hmm.
all necessary, but a lot of things, a lot of cool things can be achieved using Iron Python scripting in Spotfire. In fact, so cool that some companies are asking for people who know Iron Python along with Spotfire, who can do Iron Python scripting in Spotfire. Take a look at the Spotfire opportunities at dice.com and you will see those openings there.
Okay.
4 out of 10. 3, 4 out of 10 as for Iron Python scripting in Spotfire. Okay, we give training on that too, but that's not included in Spotfire. We'll show you some snippets because that involves some programming. Okay, and so you'll have to learn Python first and basic programming concepts. If you're not, if you're doing BW development, then you would have done Java. You should be familiar with programming concepts. Then it'll be easier for you. But otherwise, that's optional. Only if necessary. You should.
The programming, we don't do that much Java core tools in our BW as of now, but
But
this is
but are
manageable.
you familiar with programming? That's my question.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all you need to know. You understand what these data structures are and why we use these data structures, and what is loop, what is condition statements, okay, termination, and a little bit of loops. You know that, then you're good to go. You just need to learn the Python syntax and then take it from there.
Okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
then you learn Spotfire API. Those things can wait. Just get good with the story before you can delve into those things. And the text area, different properties, different property text area. And yeah, these are various things in text area that we're looking at. I told you, like, this really cool stuff. And then comes the over expressions, which we have seen the all function just now. Yeah, showing as a percentage using all function. All for this is what you're seeing right now. There are other options too. Then if installing the server would need a database, either a SQL Server or Oracle, one of them. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I've got more experience on SQL Server. So if anything goes wrong at your end, if you install the SQL Server, I can take a look at that. But Oracle, you're on your own.
Okay.
Okay, so we can use this free version of SQL Server Express Edition, or Oracle 11G Express Edition. It's up to you. Then the installation process for Spotfire, it's a lengthy process. Probably takes around 1 hour, sometimes an hour and a half. So split that into two sessions. 2 3 sessions, if you're not done. Are you comfortable with database? SQL?
Yeah, I know basic commands.
Oh my god, that's not enough, I should say. In fact, I tell everybody, data visualization tools, excelling in that, half the thing is done if you are good at SQL. Because you'll
Mm-hmm.
be writing a lot of SQL code. Not for the Spotfire, but you know, to get the data into the required shape. Because if you are lucky, you might find somebody out there in the company who will write the SQL code for you. But not all of us are as lucky. In those cases,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people who have absolutely no exposure to SQL and survive in this industry doing Spotfire or Tableau work. But they are extremely lucky. I don't know when their luck would run out, but for everybody else, there won't be anybody out there like NoSQL DBA who will write SQL logic to get the data in the shape that you want. So in that case, we'll have to learn SQL as well. Uh, We'll be showing some SQL, but that's not in depth. We will not be discussing SQL in depth. We'll have to get that elsewhere. You have to pick up those skills. I strongly recommend you brush up your SQL skills, or maybe like do a little deep dive into it. You will definitely get some questions when you jump on the projects, export for projects.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course, since we have to.
Sure, sure.
Okay, this is the actual installation process of Spotfire. Then comes information designer, which is one component which we'll be using to pull data from database, control the data load, limit the data, when you pull data from Spotfire, in database, the information designer.
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, this is the Python scripting. This is how it looks like. This. That's how the code looks like. The first two lines are import statements, like you using statement in C sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are done. Yeah, 38 bit. Yeah, we are on 38 bits. So that's what we'll be
Okay.
covering in Spotfire. Do you have any queries now? Any questions?
Queries. I just have one question, sir. How we will connect to the database? Suppose if we are not maintaining the DBs,
Mm-hmm.
suppose we want to fetch the DB database data from the database which are maintained by some third party.
Yeah.
So how the authentication everything will be done using a Spotfire?
I guess you will have the database inside your network.
Oh,
Okay. I mean, like you will be working in a company, so the database should be within your company premises, or if it's on the
okay,
cloud, you should have internet connection and then access to that cloud database. Right? And then you have the driver installed on your machine on which Spotfire is
okay,
running. And then we configure a data connection, and then we use that information link, information designer that we have seen in the previous slide, and then we configure what is known as information link to connect to the
mm-hmm.
database.
Okay.
Okay.
So no, so mostly will not go to any third parties for getting the database details, right?
Sometimes third party details, I mean, like say if you're installing some database like Teradata, then you have to download and install the connector for that. And then
Okay.
you basically have to install the database somewhere where
Directly in our machines, or or we do it in any servers like Unix
we do it
servers
on
or something?
servers. We cannot run database on your machines unless you're doing some express
Okay.
edition like the one I was talking about, the free versions. The original actual database, production ready databases will need a separate server.
Okay.
Okay, we'll install all these things separately. Cannot run them
Mm-hmm.
on same machine
Okay. Okay.
because those are really heavy applications. Like a lot of processing, a lot of memory. We'll have some 32 GB, 64 GB RAM on that.
Okay. And mostly this will be a dynamic one, not a static one in this sense. I
What do you
mean,
mean by dynamic?
mm,
What do
it
you
is
what?
not like a predefined charts. We mainly use it for the dynamic use, right?
Correct, correct. I mean, this data will be changing all the time. New data will be coming in. You heard of the process called ETL?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. ETL basically pulls data from the operational database into the data warehouse. Oh, by the way, you
Yeah,
need to
that's
know.
correct. But we do have something like we have a particular service or something for it, so that it is static. It will do its job, not on its own. It's not dynamic. No need of a assistant for that,
Yeah,
like
yeah. I
that.
mean, basically, you run a script. Say you're using Informatica or data stage. You'll be calling
Mm-hmm.
the script from command line.
Okay.
Right? Basically, you
Mm-hmm.
have already configured that package. If it is SSIS, we call them package. And then we call that batch using a batch file on a Windows machine. Or if it's
Mm-hmm.
Informatica, we do that from some Unix shell prompt. Correct?
So we what we do is we do all these data means dashboards, and do we uh,
Yes.
deploy it in somewhere,
Yes.
and we can, right?
We do that. Yes. We deploy
Okay.
that on the Spotlight server, and your
Mm-hmm.
ETL load, if that happens by around 5 o'clock, and suppose it takes around 3-4 hours, then we'll be configuring something called TIBCO automation services to run by around, let's say, 8 o'clock, so that the data is loaded in the dashboard, and then it is just refreshed. So
Okay.
you get the latest data all the time.
Okay, what are the other softwares or anything that competitive to Spotfire?
Tableau, ClickView,
Mm-hmm.
Panopticon,
Mm-hmm.
Pendaho, MicroStrategy Desktop Analytics.
Oh, a lot.
Yeah, but they not all of them are competitors.
Okay.
Most of them are doing spillover business.
Okay, what makes us to choose Spotfire and compared to their money? I'm just want to know the detail. That's it.
Power. This could be, it gives a lot of flexibility and power, especially scripting and Python.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can extend the tool using C Sharp if you have bought the license. If you already have the license for Spotfire, a custom extension. You can write C Sharp code to add more functionality to Spotfire. The two reasons.
Oh,
Third one, you can write native R code for data science
oh,
logic,
okay.
and then that can be integrated in the statistical server on Spotfire, which you have to buy the license separately, and then
Mm-hmm.
you can do data science things like build a prediction model, and then you see that the data that is coming in, and you set a prediction model for the number of customers to be increasing at some point of time, and then based on that, if you have already set a threshold and the prediction model reaches the threshold, you can automatically send an email to the manager or people to scale up the operation or scale up the manpower, or so that incoming business can be met, or
Okay.
all prediction models can be focusing on.
So approximately how many classes it will take to complete this Spotfire?
The so number of classes that will be taken would depend on you. I mean, actually, the
No,
candidate who's okay. The
in
median
general. In general.
in general, a median time was like 15 to 20 days.
15 to 20
Yeah,
days.
I've seen people take completing in 10 days too. Those are people who have strong experience in SQL and some exposure in old school reporting tools. They'll say, when I start saying, okay, bar chart, yeah, Varun, yeah, we know that. Let's get into the details
Okay,
of it.
okay, okay,
All right,
okay.
those kind of people
Obviously, you already
just
worked on it. You got
raise it
details.
in 10 days, maybe like even less than that. But people who are not from any of these backgrounds, who are new to this, typically it takes minimum 15 days, but it can easily run into 20 25 days. That based on, like, say how many discussions that we have on a particular topic. Some people are not really see these server installation. I'll tell you like what happens in a batch of say 4 or 5. Okay, there will be
Okay.
people who will be having very slow missions, so installation is not working. So next class again, another set for installation. Third class, they're saying that okay, it's not working, so let me buy another laptop on Best Buy. So they pay $350 and then get a new laptop. So wait for one more day for the laptop to come. Then you have to configure things, right? So this guy might not be having like full information on that. So we help him out there too. So by the time the rest of the team members, the batch mates will be frustrated. They will also be like, okay, let's all help him. Yeah, set up the mission. That's how things get a little extended.
Okay.
All right, and things usually I try not to cancel classes unless it's an absolute emergency. Sometimes it happens, for 3 kids, one of them goes to school, another one goes to play school, so they usually pick up some also running cough cold from school. If that gets worse, then I might take cancel a session here or there to take care of the family, or
Okay.
something bad happens, maybe end of the world, mate doesn't show up on the day, our world goes upside down. So basically,
Mhm.
okay, I'm not very it's very difficult. So, except in those cases, extremely
Mhm.
challenging situations, I don't cancel sessions. Um,
Yeah.
and then sometimes so like 3 4 candidates, and then we don't have a minimum quorum to take a class. Suppose two of them do show up, or 2 3 of them do show up, and then we say okay, uh, let's skip today and we'll pick tomorrow. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. And
Okay.
those are the cases where things get extended a little bit. And then another thing is, one of the team, the candidates might be having an interview, might have already scheduled an interview for Spotfire even before completing the course. So he or she might have lots of questions. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, then
Okay.
then I try not to ignore that, and then try to answer those questions. Then again, your class might get extended a little bit. So these slippages are always bound to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I don't give a hard number on this is the minimum time.
So
Which the
we
session will
can't
be
predict.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You all have all things. So things involve this one. Proper timing. Based on that, I try to be flexible. But the minimum guarantee that I give is that I don't say, okay, the set classes was for like 20. Okay, it's now 20 days now, so let's cut it off. No, I don't say that. try and accommodate everybody, and then finish the session even if it takes a little while longer. For me, what matters is that people who attend the training gain something out of it, and then maybe let's switch jobs, get onto the Spotfire, or whatever I'm training. I train on multiple technologies. So whatever I train, they learn those things and get a job, maybe get a hire. Send me that smiley face on WhatsApp. Makes me happy.
Okay.
Yeah, apart from the money. Okay. So I try to accommodate those requests. Any other questions?
No, Arun, I'm good. Thank
Good.
you.
All right. Nice talking to you. I
Nice
hope.
talking to you.
Yeah, I hope I helped your understanding.
Yeah, yeah, a
All
bit,
right.
a
Okay.
bit.
Thanks.
Yeah, I got an idea what it's all about. So now I'm good.
All right. Good to hear that.